All righty. Hello, everyone, to our first episode on Hausa. There's Tim. There's Holly. There's Ed. All right, let's go live on Facebook. Tim,
Lauren,
how the hell are you?
I am spectacular.
Holly declined my invitation. That wallflower, passively quiet, yet always totally correct person. Let's see. I'm getting that go live. And
We should be
I think Edward's joining us. And
there he is.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Excellent.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
In his blue shirt.
Always.
Always. You do the Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein thing, don't you?
Yep. Simplifies life.
Exactly.
Get flip 2 traffic off of here.
Yeah, I think I have that framed up in the live well. Sorry, gentlemen, I'm doing the technical background to all of this just to make sure that we are sharing on everything that we can. There is a neat feature of this, but unfortunately it is restrictive, and that is it will do the Facebook Live presentation for you, but it only allows one person. So if I decide to do a show, it locks down me adding anybody visually. Everybody can still chat off to the side and do it, but it turns into not even a Google Hangouts. It turns into a one-man broadcast, basically. So I thought, yeah, you know what? I'll still have to do it the old original way, which was 2 computers and Facebook Live piggybacking. So as it works out, Tim, thank you very much for the list of stuff. I sent out the other list of stuff. I held off because I didn't.
I saw that. And Ed sent a great piece over.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Sorry, Ed. I didn't get that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought, we found a hotel that's just doing it right in every way, shape, and form. And I thought it may be interesting to talk about the hotel rather than talking about tools, because what they did right was think things through.
Okay. Well, I'll forego the technical conversation, but I want to throw this tool in because it's a new toy for me.
You're talking about the doodler thing?
Yeah, the doodly. So I want to throw that in there somewhere in today's conversation.
I don't want you encouraging people to use that. They're the worst.
They're not the worst.
They're the worst.
They're not the worst. They're not the worst.
So I'll play moderator on this one. Let's talk about the tool. We'll spend a couple minutes on the tool, and then we'll do a little point counterpoint. So Lauren, what is it that you like about the tool? Talk about the tool for a moment.
Well, first off, I've gotten great success with it. Used it for a lot of stuff. Actually, well, I guess I could show a screen on it. I'm doing ads with them, and it's fast, efficient, and it's easy to use. It's easy to share. It's also it does 2 primary things that I think no other tool that's in this space. And for anybody that's not understanding what we're talking about, the tool is called Doodly, DOODLY.com. I don't like the people. I don't like this private chatty thing that you have to get a special link to download it. But when you compare it to the 2 other tools that are out there that are consumer level based kind of tools, which create animated sketch diagrams, basically. Everybody's seen them as advertisement where somebody's little hand is moving and it's sketching whatever it is that you've told it to do. It has 2 primary good functions. One, you can import any image you want and then guide the hand to act like it's sketching it, compared to other platforms where it just swipes it and it appears behind the hand swiping. So it adds a little bit more customization to it. 2 is it's $67 one time, and they've updated it 3 times since I've had it, which either is good or bad. That's up for interpretation. But I've had no broken problems with it so far. It shares easily. It has some great audio tracks that are behind it that you can throw in if you want to, if you don't want to do your audio overlay. And I push it out, and I can create some very fast animated ads for products that would have taken me a long time to do elsewise. So, Mr. Ed.
Okay. So Ed, why are they the worst?
By the way, and everyone know that we don't all have a Mr. Hunter with us, okay? So there.
Fair enough. But there's 2 issues I have with this specific type of product. One, it will not ever be used correctly because it's actually you're able to hack something together really quickly to put out to the world. And I don't think enough people are going to think through the brand erosion effect of putting out lower quality content versus not putting out content. And this is one of those mediums that I would recommend you spend 90% of your time thinking through why you want to put out a video ad, and 10% thinking of how. And easy and cheap should not be in the why. So that, you know, and so the reason I say this is like, if we look at even well-produced explainer videos, if we look at just video done poorly because it wasn't well thought through, it has a really negative impact to your brand. People are going to look at it and they're going to judge the quality of your brand on the quality of the video. And so you don't need to be, you know, the best and like the, you know, most expensive, but you should also realize that it should be representative of your brand. And these platforms don't build in a lot of the stylistic things that you should have just to not look like you threw it together. And they tend to look like you threw them together. Now, that's for advertising and marketing side of things. A tool like this is pretty interesting for presentations of concepts and stuff like that. Once you already own a relationship and you're using it to just help move things along. So I think used correctly, they're fine. But used in marketing and advertising, they're going to erode your brand because they don't give you enough tools inside of their platform to make a good video, let alone, you know, one that's going to be compelling. And you got to remember, consumers are seeing videos online that are commercial quality, and that's what they're expecting. And so when you're the polar opposite of it, I think you're better off not doing video.
So Ed, I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. What would you propose? So I'm incredibly bullish on video. Mm-hmm. I think we all are. Benedict Evans, who's a brilliant analyst and VC guy, has said video is the new HTML. And I think that's pretty spot on. You know, mm-hmm. that there was another piece that I saw somewhere recently that said in the next 5 years, your entire Facebook feed will be video. And we can debate whether that's true, what the timing is and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's certainly indicative of the fact that video is becoming a much more important part of how we communicate with our customers. So, you know, the only place where I take issue with what you just said, Lauren, I think I agree personally with Ed in that I think video is something that you want to make sure you do a good job of. That doesn't mean I don't think you can use this tool well. I don't know the tool, so I don't have a strong opinion about it one way or the other.
So you actually made
I just want to ask one quick question. But if you disagree with my premise, by all means, please do. But my question is, what do you propose hotels do to do video?
Right. So first of all, here's one reason why it's different from HTML. So I agree that it's the next HTML, mm-hmm. but you need to approach it differently than you did building websites, because when you built your website, there were none that were really good. Where there is a lot of really good video that has existed for a very long time. Right. So that being said, the consumer is expecting some level of quality. Now, if you understand your tool set,
Lauren disagrees. Lauren's going,
you can do cheap and fast if it's well thought out, but you need to choose the medium correctly. And so what I'm saying here is if you want to do a cheap and fast video that does something good for your brand, it should be video that is shot with people and live experiences, and people will forgive a shaky camera. People will forgive maybe
I am not disagree with
noise
that
in the background. I think that's a better form of, hey, I'm trying to dip my toe in video and see what it does for me, than using an animation tool without a professional or even semi-professional or hobbyist animator behind the scenes of it when you're consumer facing.
So
B2B,
Or 30,
you may
30
be able to
second,
get away with it.
30-second rebuttal.
I don't disagree with it. The fact of the video of it being, they'll forgive shakiness if you're in the kitchen, which is the technique section. I'm talking. I'll throw it in the podcast instead, but about using it fundamentally to help you improve your business's personalization, creating a identifier for yourself by putting in the kitchen, showing dinner specials and so forth. All good in that. This is, to me, what you say smacks of something of an arrogance of saying, you know what, no, you got to pay a professional to have professional quality. And I think that the video usage transition, yes, people are going to stumble through this process. People are going to overuse something like this app because it's going to get, oh my God, another little stick figure, another little driggy draw thing. You use it in moderation. For those who use it well, the impact is positive. For those who use it bad, they're going to learn their lesson. I think you have to allow the market to say, hey, look, because there needs to be tools out there. I can't keep waiting to hire a hunter, not to use your guy against you, but it's like there's not a lot of hunters out there that are going to be able to be affordable for a lot of these hotels. That's one of the prohibitive reasons why a lot of cities didn't exist. It's because it's so damn expensive.
A hotel shouldn't use animation.
Why?
Why does Flip2 have to use animation? Because there's nothing to see here.
No, but why should a hotel not use it? And I've never used it yet for a hotel, to be fair. I've never made an ad for a hotel yet. I've made it for product and software. The example that popped up earlier was for DerbySoft's webinar stuff. And I'm not saying it applies to every avenue of opportunity for video ads, but for where it does, it can be fun. I mean, if you're doing a promotion for an event, or if you're doing you can offer it as part of a group sales thing that you can add and augment their presence of being in your property with something like this. It doesn't mean you have to show off videos of your hotel to show the people attending the conference. You can have something cutesy about the conference in this context, this little sketchy thing,
Sure. So,
awesome.
But again, I would consider that not open consumer. Right. I mean, so if it's very specific and it's meant to just show some effort, first of all, make sure it shows effort. But secondly, I think there are other forms of video that will more often than not come off better, quick and cheap and easy than getting into animation. Because you get into animation of any type, you're going to learn the hard way that what you don't know will greatly affect the outcome of it. So just because you have a platform that allows you to do it, unless you're serious as a hotel, like I'm going to train this staff person to become an animator and I'm going to...
Or you have somebody who's studying animation in school who happens to be one of your bellmen or something.
Right. So, I mean, I just say, like, especially with a hotel, if your hotel's cool looking, live video, like do video, like show the hotel, show people in.
I don't disagree with that.
If your hotel isn't that great looking, but the neighborhood's cool, neighborhood. If the neighborhood isn't that great, but the destination's awesome, something in destination.
Right.
All of this before animation.
You know what? I agree with you on that. Animation is a particular usability. Absolutely.
And so this is why I don't like this tool, is because this tool makes it too easy for someone to go, yeah, that's a little bit harder than this tool, so I'm going to do this tool. And I don't like software that doesn't build in like best use.
I think this is a necessary element for the evolution of its usability. It has to go through this process so that the good stuff survives, the good using of it survives, and that the bad products and the bad users get weaned away. If you never make it available, it's like telling a kid they can't have something, they want it even more. If you're telling me I can only hire a professional animator, I'm going to want it more and probably use it worse than if I have access to a tool like this, use it badly, learn my lesson, and realize that in the future, it's with moderation. I think it's a learning tool.
And again, B2B marketing, I'm with you on that.
I'm going to jump in for 1 second.
Audience, I'm not.
Right. I'm kind of with Ed on this one. And Lauren, I got to say, I think you're mischaracterizing something Ed's saying, which is that I don't think Ed said you have to have a professional to do video, right? I mean,
he said animation.
Quality video, right? Animation. I think there is something to be said for. Holly's got a great point. Is use it for training could be terrific, right? There could be great use cases for this tool. Is it the best tool to market a hotel to the consumer, to the guest? I don't know the tool, but I'm not. I find Ed's argument more compelling as the neutral one because I don't know the tool
Tim,
at all well.
It's completely unfair to make your decision on my ability to argue.
Well, no. Here's what I want to.
I did throw up a link of my ad that I made with it, so you can see some example of its usability. And it's not hotel based. It's to promote a webinar.
Right.
Okay?
But again, for
you're
that type
promoting
of
a
use,
very different type of thing.
I'm on board, but
Right.
let's not forget if we are talking to hotels,
Yeah.
one thing we should be clear about when we talk about fun widgety tools is that it should all be used with caution and thoughtfulness. A tool like this, for what you've used it for, I absolutely will say that no hotel should use it for those purposes, because it's going to put the wrong brand expectation in front of people's eyes, and they're going to lose without being able to fight. You put a crappy animation out for a nice hotel, and people are going to think it's a crappy hotel. Like, video is dangerous.
One example of where I agree with you wholeheartedly on almost everything except for one thing. Engagement. We all know the video is the highest engagement and conversion value in association with the content that gets put up into the social platforms. It has the highest engagement value. With that said, why can't you make a 5-10 second snippet in this little animation about your hotel that is a brand awareness thing? Because it catches the eye, it creates the engagement, and really at the end of the day, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you're doing it for them to push the big red button that says, follow me to this. Let me bring you somewhere.
And I'm actually glad
it's a useful tool.
I have an answer on this one that I'd like to jump in on for 1 second. And Holly said in the comments, with a mind to return on effort, right? I mean, effort is time, time is money. This is a return on investment kind of thing. I posted a link. A buddy of mine is a pretty good videographer, real solid guy, knows what he's doing. He always recommends, he said, if you're going to shoot video, there's this great book